Welcome to Dadvice, the podcast that explores the unique journey of fatherhood in today's ever-evolving society. I'm your host, Sean, along with
Chance,
and we're going to embark on a heartfelt exploration that truly means to be a dad in the 21st century.
Today's dads are nurturing, involved, deeply committed in their children's well-being and development.
On Dadvice, we'll dive into a myriad of experiences, challenges, and joys.
And the pride that comes from being a positive influence in their lives.
This podcast isn't just for dads, though. It's for anyone interested in understanding the modern-day family.
So whether you're an expectant dad, a seasoned father, or simply curious about the evolving role of dads in society, join us on Dadvice. Together we'll learn, grow, redefine what it means to be a father in today's ever-changing world.
Good evening.
We're back.
We're back.
Missed a week.
Yeah. Sorry to our loyal listener, Shane. Apologize.
Yeah, man. Life gets you.
Man.
Hit us right in the face.
It's been a busy couple weeks.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just asking for a breath.
Yeah, it's insane. We're making some road trips out of state. Mm-hmm. I'm sick.
Yeah, you are. Just like that outfit.
This outfit's dope. Listen.
Texas beige.
You got to be some kind of person to go beige on beige.
You're some kind of person.
That's right.
I'm surprised you're not wearing the orange Hey Dude, Texas Hey Dudes.
They're not in yet.
They've been ordered.
How about those guys, man? I mean, we are. Are you ready to jump on that bandwagon?
No, I'm not going to.
You got Texas OU coming up. What's your pick?
Oh, always Texas over OU. Anyone that plays OU,
always them.
Always them.
Yeah.
Except for maybe Ohio State, and then if there's a way that they could both lose the game,
yeah,
then I could.
Yeah. A couple of years ago, somebody was like, "What is your hopeful outcome of Texas A&M OU?" And I said, "For a sinkhole to hit the 50-yard line," and they just all fall in there.
Game over.
Not hurt.
We don't want anyone hurt.
No, but you can't play anymore.
A loss across the board.
Yeah, that would have been more exciting to watch.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, I'm in a hole.
Game over.
Yeah. So yeah, do you have I don't get it?
I don't get it is really broad, and it could go in a lot of directions.
Yeah.
My I don't get it is when people send you an email and request information, and you send them some information, and in the email also tell them there's some things you're going to have to infer on your own. Mm. And then they respond back to you for the rest of the information that you've already told them.
Yeah.
I don't have. You're going to have to figure this piece out, and you can't get it wrong.
Yeah. That's on you, Doug.
I don't get it.
I don't get that.
It frustrates me because then I have to type 4 more emails trying to explain to you what I don't know, and I need you to just figure out.
Yeah. Like if you're building a house for somebody, and where's the bathroom going to go? I mean, it's your house. You tell me.
Right.
Where it's going to go.
Where do you want it?
Yeah. I've got I don't get that.
Me either.
That's frustrating.
It is.
I've got an I don't get it, but I'm scared to say it because it attacks our one listener. We have more listeners than that, actually. To give a shout out to Will.
Is he the one that knows everything about us?
Yes.
Like he's a borderline creepy listener?
No.
He's not creepy?
He's a fan.
Oh, he's a fan. So he's a fanboy.
Yeah.
We're a fanboy.
I'm not sure he'll like that.
Well, I've never met you, and I'm calling you out, and I don't really know why.
He's a great young man.
Yeah. Is he?
Yeah, he's great. Well, I mean, he's a fan of the show, so
that's a good start.
Can't be wrong.
Is he friends with your daughter?
Yeah.
That's a questionable choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do better, Will.
Let me go. Now that we're shout out, Will. Now that we're done with that, let me get to my I don't get it. I don't get it when you're texting a conversation and then it gets too much to text, so you just say, "Hey, call me."
And they don't call you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
you call them and they don't answer?
Worse.
I hate that.
Worst.
We both know your phone's in your hand.
You literally just said, whatever you said on the text. And I was like, man, I'm not going to text out a whole explanation. I'm just going to call.
That's a whole nother, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm getting old. I'm perfectly fine with using text for like,
You're not getting younger.
hey, can you get some bread, milk, and cereal at the store on your way home? Yep, gotcha. Or, hey, kiddo's got a doctor's appointment at 4 tomorrow. Can you cover that? Those are good.
Yeah.
I don't want to text through a life decision via text.
Come on.
And try and hammer details out and figure out big plans. Like I don't have an hour to do that. Let's take 5 minutes on the phone. Then we can both move forward.
Yeah. I just wish the phone was used more anyway. Right? This might be a whole episode of I Don't Get It.
We could.
Here's what happened today. My beautiful daughter came home from her teaching gig, got ready for dance.
She's teaching?
Yeah, she's this STA thing, man. They get to, like, she's student teaching, but she's not like sitting in the corner with a notebook. Like, she's lesson plans and teaching second grade.
Good job.
Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, great. Hats off. Way to go. But she literally kissed my head. Hey, I'm going to dance. 17 seconds later, while she's in her car, which is a dangerous thing, texts me, hey, can I go to so-and-so during my break? To which I text back, like, why wouldn't you ask me that while we're face-to-face? I mean, do you think the answer is going to change over text? If anything, it just irritates me more.
I was warned before I left the dance studio tonight. I was up there with Ella.
Yeah?
And she informed me that I am not to mess with her room and mess it up. And I said, I thought we called a truce. And she goes, well, you better not. I said, oh, really?
Oh.
Really?
Yeah,
I said, I would advise thinking about this differently because I could reopen this can.
Yeah.
The truce has been kept intact.
You know what we could do? I mean, this is a YouTube show. We could video you destroying her.
I promised her I would keep the truce. I can't say the word.
The truth
and the truce intact this evening. I gave her an opportunity to recant.
Good. Well, good. I'm glad because she's hard to deal with on those nights that happens.
Yeah.
So tonight. Yeah, man. We're gonna talk about kids and sports.
Yeah, we are.
The ins and outs,
ups and downs,
the goods and goes,
cool friends we've made,
enemies we've made,
dummies that we don't like.
Are we going to talk about dummies we don't like?
We're not going to.
I feel like this is in my forehead.
You're kind of short. That's not new.
I'm literally touching my nose to it.
Well,
there.
Is that better?
It feels better.
Okay.
Yeah, the do's and don'ts, the ins and outs. I saw this meme today. Couldn't have hit more perfect, but it said, parents with kids not in sports eat dinner between 5 and 7.
We eat dinner between 4:30 and 9:30.
That's the choice. It's not between. It's either 4:30 or it's 9:30.
Or each of us staggered at our own time through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just going to have to deal with it.
I feel like as we get into this, there's two real camps on this deal.
Really?
I feel like it. There's the people that are like, not putting my kid in anything competitive. We're not getting serious about it. I'm not willing to give up that much time from our family, from them possibly trying other things. And then there's the other camp that's like, hey, kid likes it. We'll go for it if they're going to put the effort in. I think those are the main camps.
Yeah. You're either all in or not at all.
Yeah. And I respect both camps.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get the, because here's what it is for me. I think it's very important that kids learn to be part of a team. I think it's important to realize there's a lot of other people counting on you. than just you.
I think the reason I respect it to some level is because when you and I were growing up, I played 3 sports until I was in high school almost.
Yeah.
And then picked the sport and went. You can't do that anymore.
No.
You're getting pretty serious, pretty young at this point, which I'll be honest, it can be daunting.
Yeah.
But I also agree with you in the things that the life skills that you gain, which we'll dive deeper into the life skills, but the life skills you gain by being in that sets you up for relationships and work.
Yeah.
And many other things.
Yeah. Disappointment, excitement,
perseverance.
Yeah, man. Victory, loss, all of it.
How to lose well.
How to
lose poorly.
Yeah. Well, that comes pretty easy. Yeah, man. I agree with you, right? There's 2 different camps, and I try to be, in my life, when it comes to anything, I try to be understanding on both sides. This one's hard for me. It's hard for me to look on the other side. I've played sports my entire life. It was part of a team my entire life, and part of a team with the instruction of why, right? Like my parents are like, man, you are going to be a part of a team, and you are going to realize if you're the weakest link on the team's not stronger than the weakest link. And so, of course I grew up in Texas. You either played football or you had to move.
Or it didn't matter.
Yeah. Like out of state.
Bye.
Yeah.
You can go to Oklahoma now.
Exactly. That got me.
Yeah. And I agree with that. And Megan and I both have a deeply competitive spirit about us, which also is part of why I don't understand doing anything on a recreational level. Like, I get dipping your toe in to see if they like it, but I'll be honest. After that, I'm kind of like, oh, what are we doing? Are we going to do this?
Right. Like, what's the point?
What's the point?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's hard. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard for me to figure it out. Do we lose some family time? Yeah, for sure we do.
But we've gone on some trips with the family where we've spent some time and seen some things together
that we never would have taken without them.
For sure.
You know what I mean? We're not just going to run to Orlando, Florida.
Yeah.
And you get put in your place by a Verbo operator, security guard. But anyway.
Are we going there today?
No, we're not.
Trying to get me riled up.
Yeah, you're not in the mood. But yeah, man. So it's very interesting to me. Because I have a great time with it. I actually have a great time when they're losing, like when they're not doing as well as they think they should do. I find those the most opportune teaching moments.
Sure.
It's kind of funny to watch them. It's funny to watch my daughter get upset, and all I got to say is, "Did you put the work in?" I mean. You know, and sometimes she did, right? Sometimes she absolutely put the work in, and it's also a lesson to learn. There's somebody better than you.
There's somebody better than you, and the other lesson that I've discussed with Gracie before is sometimes you do everything you can do, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it still doesn't work out how you foresaw it, and there's a lot of things in life that are going to do that.
Yeah,
and it's not a fun pill to swallow sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when you know you did everything you could have.
Yeah.
But,
well, and I think the hard part for you and I is our kids are in a sport that's an opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not 6 runs to 3 runs. It's
subjective.
Bro, I have seen my daughter. I've seen your daughter. I've seen the entire team dance their hearts out to get second.
Yeah.
And you're like, man. That stinks.
and it's all in these fine details that you and I don't have the eye to pick up.
Amen.
Or the simplicity of, I like this style versus that style better as a judge, which, you know, I say it still happens in other sports. Like, I'm a Chiefs fan, but let's be honest with ourselves. The holding call that capped the game for us the other night.
Oh, perfectly legit.
That was not... That was not a good call.
Absolutely legit.
That was a terrible call.
Textbook holding.
But it changed the course of the game.
Yeah.
And it happens. It's not I won't say it's a subjective, but typically you either score a touchdown or you don't. And in dance, there's times where you're looking at two different dances and you're like, I don't know, that looked good to me. So did that.
Yeah.
I don't know why the one was better than the other one.
Right. But it took me a long time to realize that maybe that judge grew up doing ballet. And so if you've got a ballet number that's pretty good and a tap number that's pretty good, the ballet's going to win every time.
But the other thing that I got to say is one thing I appreciate, and I'm going to brag on the studio that our girls are at right now a little bit, is that they're in a studio that works on
J31.
That's it.
Sorry.
Repping. I know the owner. She's pretty cool.
She's all right.
All right.
She's got her moments.
Yeah. That's my favorite part about her. She's spicy.
Yeah, I'm scared saying that. But anyway.
But they focus on the physical art of dance as well as the spiritual side of being in tune with themselves as people.
Yeah.
And the emotional aspect of being young people. And I've heard Megan talk many times about how she wants to build good people and focus less on building just a dancer, but someone who leaves the studio as a better person. And the value that comes out of that for me as a parent, from the parent side of things, is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's no secret, and now it's about to be out on the World Wide Web, but Shane already knows. I've jumped on this Dion bandwagon.
Hell yeah.
But I jumped on it because I heard him say 1% to 3% of these guys are going to play in the NFL. It is my job to get 97 to 99% of these guys good humans. Mm-hmm. And I thought, man, yeah. I saw him hug a player on the sidelines. You never see that anymore. Anyway, it's kind of like you were saying with Megan, right? The sport aspect is part of it, but it's not all of it.
Right.
And trying to find a team that'll gel together as people, sometimes it's just as hard as learning the routine.
It's true.
So
for me, the heart of it goes to building that whole person for my daughter, for her to walk through. I don't feel great today, but I need to go to practice because I have a team counting on me to be here. Or I don't feel great today, but it's time to perform, and I have to go make sure that I give my team my best because they're counting on me. Because that's going to happen in work. I'm about to say. It's going to happen with your spouse, your children. Let me tell you something. There's nothing that tests how much you love somebody than when you feel like you're on death's doorstep because you're sick and you got to get up and help your wife or your kid who's just as sick.
Come on.
And you guys just want to curl up in a ball together. That's life stuff.
Yeah, man.
And that's the kind of, that starts building that seed. And then when they're younger and you're giving up some being at home together time and maybe sitting at the dinner table time. But I'll tell you at the same point, when I get the opportunity to get us all around the dinner table, man, feels good.
Yeah, you enjoy that. You respect that moment a little more. Yeah. No, that's good stuff, man. I couldn't agree with you more. There's nothing I'd rather do today than just crawling back. I don't even want to do this. Yeah. Right? And I'm just sitting here talking and my eyes hurt. My throat
I tried to give
hurts.
you an out.
I know. Cause you're a good dude.
I'm also tired.
Yeah. But
we're here.
Man. Yeah. We're here. But I think that's just the cloth that we're cut from, right? Mm-hmm. I'd have loved to just be in bed all day, but I went to work today, right? Yeah. And there's things you have to do today. Your son is supposed to be calming my kids down.
You had to know that wasn't going to work. That can't be surprising you.
Yeah.
By the way, the joy that your children had in seeing my son come through the door.
Dude.
They are about that kid.
Dude, can I tell you, I said, hey, guys, I've got a special guest coming over tonight. And they were like, oh, is it Judd? Right? Judd's a little kid in our neighborhood. Shout out Judd, who doesn't listen. But and I said, no, it's Jackson Ryan. And they were just like, oh. Rock star. Drake wanted to go put his shoes on. Just in case there's a moment I need my shoes.
I want to be ready for everything.
Yeah. So, my son, idolizes your son.
Jackson's always been good with kids and patient.
Yeah.
And I even see it with he and Ella got off the bus the other day and they were walking up the sidewalk and she kept trying to dip into the street. And he finally pulled her to the inside away from the street and put him between the street and her and, was looking after her. And it was a sweet moment. He's a good kid.
He is a good kid. He's a terrible babysitter, but he's a great kid.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know what I think? Dadvice in the background should have kids screaming.
I mean, it's real.
I mean, it's fun screaming. It's not like, oh my God. It's like, hey.
They're up there having a good time together.
Yeah.
Your living room may be on fire.
Yeah. I'm very excited for the moment. Speaking of dance, I'm very excited for the moment at 8:00 when all the kids are usually in bed and Amber gets home with Grady, who's dancing.
Yes.
Jay Thirtywood. And they're all running around up there. So she's going to be so mad at me. But hey, this pays the bills.
It does?
No.
What bill does it pay?
No. I think if people knew that we pay to do this.
Yes. We currently are in the hole on this situation.
Oh, man. We haven't made a red penny. Maybe we should start a GoFundMe.
Listen, this isn't even the dumbest thing I've spent money on.
Oh,
this isn't even on the list.
Nowhere close. Nowhere close. We digress. So, yeah, man, I think, you get people who are travel baseball. Like, I hear it all the time. Like, you guys are insane. Travel baseball. He could play baseball at high school. And, the truth of the matter is these kids that are blessed with these talents,
yeah,
you have to. You got to get seen.
And those, your travel teams, your dance studios in the main are the ones that are getting these kids to the next level. There are some high school coaches that step above and beyond and help, but in the main, your other avenues are getting that done for you. And I'll be honest, we've met some really fun people and had some really cool times with people traveling for sports. Megan every year at Nationals tries to do a get together with the team, and it's fun. It's what reconnected you and I. Yeah. And so, it's been cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I think people get lost in the fact that, they can play high school sports and get seen, right? It happened to Deion Sanders. It happened to Troy Aikman. It happened to, keep naming elite athletes, right?
The half of the 1%.
Yeah. That's the problem, right? You see.
Not everybody's Pat Mahomes that could have been drafted in the first round in dual sports and played in either one of them, or Deion Sanders. That's not normal.
Like, people don't understand that's a freak.
Yeah.
That is a freak of nature, that dude.
And then on top of it, you have somebody that's good, but if anybody ever studied the work ethic of a professional athlete, or even the collegiate level athletes and what they work, that in itself pushes out 85 to 90% because they're not willing to dedicate it.
That's right.
And that's the other piece of this, is being willing to dedicate yourself to something to that level. That's real.
Well, and you're talking about routine and workout routine and what they eat, what they put in their bodies. Like, it is a science these days.
It is.
I mean, it is. Man, these college athletes are putting on monitors and they know how many breaths you're taking, at what heart rate it's at. And I mean, it is insane to me. And I'm going to quote Deion Sanders again, because he said, well, I'm just going to say the whole thing. He was in a press conference and they said, who do you have your kids look up to, right? Who's the role model that you try to turn your kids to? And he said, Jesus.
That's my guy.
Yeah, right? And so I was like, that's captivating. And then he followed it up with, what you have to understand is role models are really just kind of models playing a role. If somebody walked around you and highlighted an entire week, highlighted the 2 hours that your godly gift was on display, people would think you're amazing too.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, it was a crazy perspective for me of sitting back here and going, man, these athletes are amazing. But honestly, it goes back to what you're saying. Honestly, I'm seeing the result, 2 hours of a result of the discipline that they have to show up and show out. Hello, Dion, on the football field.
Gracie and I have talked about that a bunch when it comes to dance, and the child has a phenomenal work ethic intrinsically in herself. But I tell her regularly that when you step on stage, you have already won or lost before you ever dance, depending on how you've prepared yourself and what work you've done.
Yeah.
You win in the dark moments by yourself. You win when you're dancing in the basement at 10 o'clock at night on Friday night instead of going out with your friends. That's where you win.
Bro.
You don't win on stage the night that you go on. Do you think guys that run successful businesses win from 8 to 5?
Mm-mm.
You didn't see the 4 nights a week where they worked after their kids went to bed, or the things that they went through to start a company, or
the never a day off.
Or the never a day off.
Never.
You don't see that. You see the end product like you talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And that end product was earned by a multitude of hours behind the scene, thousands of hours behind the scene that are never discussed.
That's right. Yeah, it is. It as a parent of a kid that's in a well, I don't know what you call it. It's not travel dance, but club dance or
competitive dance.
Thank you. Sorry, Megan. Competitive dance. Like, I mean, if I could just pull the blinds back, you don't see a 15, 16, 17-year-old kid who's weepy-eyed because she can't go to a sleepover, or she can't do these things, or run out and do this thing. Or, I mean, here's my daughter's life. She got up, went to work at 6 a.m., came back at 11, at school from like 12 to 2:30, came back in, went downstairs, got dressed, got something to eat, got dressed, and now is at dance from 5 to 9.
What's beautiful about it, and what I guess feeds me as a parent, is she doesn't complain about that, right?
She loves it.
She loves it.
Yeah.
So if you're going to put in that effort and go learn those things and not complain and your grades are good, why shouldn't I let you do that?
Come on.
That you're investing your time positively.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know I'm going to touch on both sides of the fence for you because, I was just giving Megan a hard time because tuition was due, or comp were due, and all that kind of stuff, and it's not cheap.
No, it's not.
But it's invaluable what they're learning.
Yeah.
My 17-year-old child leaves the house before I do to go to work.
Yep.
Because the only job she can get is like a coffee job in the morning, because she's gone 5 days a week, right? And I know there's people going to be, well, that's crazy. You shouldn't do it. She loves it.
Yeah.
She absolutely loves it. And I've never had to ground her from it. I've never had to threaten.
Yep.
She knows grades are up or grades are down, or you're doing stuff you're not supposed to do. The first thing to go is dance.
Yep.
She knows that. And so, I've never had to do any. I mean, she just absolutely gets after it, and her work. I'm so proud of her. Like, her work ethic of getting up. Right, she could have done a lot of complaining and said,
"Yeah,
hey, Dad, I've got these grades. I don't want to work," and it probably would have worked on me. I'm kind of a softie that way, but she didn't even ask me. She quit one job because they weren't accommodating to her dance schedule.
Yeah,
and so, but a week later.
Had
another one because she knows she's gonna have to get gas to get back and forth to dance. So
shout out, Nav, nice done.
Yeah, and so is it expensive? Yeah, is that a lesson I could have taught her on my own? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't either. I think there's the lessons in teamwork and some of these other things are lessons they have to learn the hard way, and I would consider what I spend in some of those things as a continued investment into shaping my child.
Yeah.
Into the adult I hope her to be.
Yeah.
And so I'm okay with it.
Yeah. As I think about her journey too, right? Like, it wasn't always fun. Mm-hmm. Like, she was, there was a time that she was at a place that it was amazing to watch her love for dance.
Fizzle?
Not even fizzle, but step in front of the emotions she was feeling.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, heartbreaking and proud at the same time to watch her go, I love this, and I'm not going to let people derail me.
Yeah.
And so I think we as parents were like, okay, we got to get her into a spot.
Let's get her somewhere that feeds her.
Yeah.
Well, and it's fun to watch Ella, my 5-year-old, because she will get hooked on trying a new dance move. Lately, it's been, I believe, a back bend kick over.
Oh, show us.
My back hurts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
I'm not bendy. I'm very inflexible.
We will cut out 15 minutes of the next show
To test that theory.
Yeah, wear yoga pants and.
I don't think anybody wants that.
Not in a back bend kickover. I know that.
No, sir. But she gets focused on a certain skill that she wants to get. And if we're in the living room the whole time we're down there for days and days on end, she will do it over and over. And she'll giggle as she falls over and she keeps doing it. And then the elation that comes from when she gets it is so awesome to watch because she gets so excited and she doesn't, because she loves it. She doesn't even understand that she's learning perseverance.
Yeah.
She doesn't know that she's teaching herself a lesson now that is going to serve her as an adult because she's doing something she loves. Like, what better way to learn? Because you're not fighting against these lessons. Like, you just keep trying. And that's the one. That's it, man. That's it. That's the one thing. And I get it, right? I could have taught my kid. You can set up scenarios or you can talk about scenarios. It's like game time, right? Yep.
We can practice all we want to, but until it's showtime, it's different.
Yep.
And so to feel those emotions that they're feeling for themselves, instead of me talking about it, going, hey, Ella, if you just kept trying at a skill when you got it, you would be so happy. Okay. Right?
Okay, Dad.
Yeah, that looks a whole lot different than
when she comes flying in from the other room going, Dad, come look at this.
Yeah, and then just eats it. Those are my favorite.
And you're like, oh.
You've been working on that.
Okay.
Yeah, and I love it. I love being involved in it. Some people find this crazy, but I love it that my daughter will show me a dance, and I'm talking about my oldest one, and the first thing out of her mouth is don't judge. I just now learned it. Because I will sit there and go, is that supposed to happen? Is that supposed to happen? Mm-hmm. She thinks I'm just hard-nosed. I'm learning.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's a time that her and a duet partner were spinning at different times. And I'm like, you guys should probably get in sync. And she was like, we're supposed to be spinning at different times. I'm like, oh. So now my thing is, hey, how does this work?
Is this working right?
Yeah. Now, I will tell you 8 out of 10 times I pick out something that's wrong.
You're getting an eye for it.
Yeah.
Megan, your new staff member's ready to come on board. Mr. Coach Chance.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You know what? I always wanted to do stretch and strengthening.
I think we should be on staff for 2 things. To be the hype guys.
Yeah.
And to be the perseverance. Like when they start getting down.
Yeah.
You don't have to deal with Megan, you have to deal with me and you.
Yeah. I think I saw where the University of Kansas has a morale coach, maybe not a morale coach, but maybe a morale coach they called him, or something like that.
Yeah.
We need that, right? We
could be that.
We could be that. But I still want to do stretch and strengthening. I'm just going to call it, right? I've watched some stretch and strengthening that goes on there. No. If nobody's throwing up in a bucket, is it really stretch and strengthening?
This ain't Texas 2-a-days, baby.
No, come on. This is how we do it. This
ain't Texas 2. Oh. One of said children.
Yeah.
Dadvice would like to introduce you to Drake.
Yeah, right.
That is one of Chance's children. Yeah. Come on now. He's a wild man. Part werewolf.
You have that one kid that has your heart, but can make you mad.
And your frustration.
Oh, my gosh. He wraps both of those for me.
Isn't it funny how they can teeter between them?
Yeah.
Like, have you so mad that you just want to slam your face on a brick wall and then in a bucket of tears giving them a hug the next minute?
Yeah, that dude, this is a real story, a couple of days ago. I was so mad at him and just gave him a lecture, like one for the ages. Like, he understood 30% of it, I guarantee.
You've been on fire with some lectures around.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, just spilling my heart. But I made him sit on the couch because sitting still for him is the ultimate.
Painful.
Oh, yeah. So 10 minutes into maybe 5 minutes into him sitting still on the couch, he leans up the couch and looks at me and he goes, "You good, Dad?" "What?" "You good? I just want to know if you're good." Because whenever he acts like a crazy person, "Are you good?" Like, you settle down. So I know how I mean it. So when he asked me, "Are you good?" it made me so mad. I'm like, what are you?
No.
Close your mouth. I was good until you asked me if I was good. And
I'm
now
not so good.
Now we got a problem.
Now I'm getting angry.
Yeah. So him coming down here was kind of a nice break of saying, I'm very curious in my next part of my life. Because right now it's been just Nevaeh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to enter in where I've got 3 kids going 9 different directions.
Yes, you do.
So it's going to be interesting.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I'm there. It's interesting.
I'm thinking about just putting them all in dance and just go. Drake's like, "I want to play baseball." Like, I don't care. You're
a dancer now.
I don't have a third car or the strength to take you to baseball practice.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, love. Matt, if you could cut this out, that would be great too. Go upstairs. This would be a good time to say your son's a terrible babysitter.
We've discussed it. But this is also maybe the realest episode we've ever had.
Oh,
because they're meeting the rest of the children tonight.
Oh, yeah, man. This is my life. This is my life. This is our life.
I would also like to tell you I question doing this before 8 o'clock when they're in bed. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, can we just say, no, we usually do this around 8 o'clock at night because all my feral children are in bed.
And we're at your casa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the basement.
So I think it's fair to say when it comes to you and I, we are very pro-competitive something.
Yeah, for sure.
Kids being active in...
And maybe not even competitive. Kids being in sports.
Yes.
And
activities.
On the debate team. Something.
Music. Something that stretches them, puts them working with a team, makes it bigger than themselves.
Yeah.
I think we're both very pro that scenario.
Yeah. And my other suggestion is if you have a kid that's artistic.
Yep.
I'd still say find them something. I love it. Do you hear how sweet that is? Daddy got a snack.
Why don't you ever come down and put her on for a minute? Let's ask Parker a couple questions.
Parker, come here.
Can I ask you a couple questions on camera, Parker? Hop up there and sit with your dad.
Oh, boy. There's no telling where this is headed.
Parker.
What?
What is your favorite thing to eat for dinner?
Peanut sandwich.
Peanut butter sandwich? What is your favorite stuffed animal?
Kitties and doggies.
Kitties and doggies?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite brother or sister?
Ooh.
Sabina and Grady.
Sabina and Grady are your favorites?
Who's your favorite brother?
Grady.
Grady.
No, your favorite Drake.
Drake.
It's not Drake. Say Drake.
Drake.
Who's your favorite daddy?
Mama.
Ah!
Man, that hurts.
I'll put some paper on.
No, you need to go back upstairs.
Thanks for stopping by the show.
Okay.
All right.
Check it later.
Hey, and don't go upstairs telling everybody you were on the show because then they'll all come down.
Ooh, I want a snack. One snack.
Okay. Go get a snack.
Now we've seen Drake and Parker.
Why would you do that to me?
That was a great little interview. By the way, shout out for selling you out to Mom.
All right.
I cannot wait for Amber to hear that
I'm not even
on
gonna,
this show.
I'm not even going to tell her. I'll see if she listens.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm not even going to tell her. Who's your favorite daddy? Mama.
Mom.
Well, that's not where I expected that to go.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, listen. Short show tonight.
Yeah, short show. We're going to get back in a rhythm.
Yeah.
We've got some more good topics coming.
Yeah, pardon us that life has kind of sliced this one up right in the middle.
You're about to travel for some work.
I get on a plane tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll be in Oklahoma again next week.
Yep.
Dealing with all of that. And and then I get on a plane to Chicago a week after that. So, And I know you are elbows, maybe even neck deep in it right now.
Man. I took on some more responsibility at church, which has been good, but is using a little bit more time, which is it's good. It's really good. Like work has been exceptionally busy, which is also a blessing. But 3 nights last week, I went home after work and worked on the couch for another 3 hours, and finally shut it off when my emails stopped making sense to me.
Well, I hate that, but I love that for you. Maybe if you weren't so good at your job.
Just got to grind sometimes.
Yeah.
Well,
it's what we just talked about, right?
Yep.
It's what we just talked about.
Just got to grind. So all good things, but busy. But we're going to get on a better track.
Yeah.
And we got some good episodes. We're going to have some more guests coming on.
Yeah. Tell your friends about us. Hit that subscribe button. Send us your topics. Don't forget about your I don't get it's.
Yep. Get us some I don't get it's.
And our invite to reach out email wise if you're dealing with anxiety or
mental health,
anything like
life
that, still stands.
Hit us up.
That's right, brother. Well,
All right.
Hey, thanks for coming tonight, man.
Yeah, thanks for persevering, even though you don't feel good.
Yeah, well, I mean,
you're a champion.
You're going to know how sick I am in a week. I got a feeling.
When I have it? Yeah. I'm coming to your house, and I'm going to get well at your house.
Hey, come on through. We all had it, so it'll be good. All right, guys. Have a good night, and we'll see you later.
Thank you for tuning in to Dadvice, the podcast where we explore the joys and challenges of fatherhood. We hope you found tonight's discussion insightful, entertaining, and hopefully helpful as well on your journey as a dad.
Hey, to stay connected with us beyond the podcast, make sure you check out all our various social media platforms. We're on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and Facebook.
Or you can email us at dadvicepodcast@yahoo.com. Thanks, and hope to talk to you soon.